Hello there. When you draw Jane Goodall with a chimp, you get to learn about a real scientist who spent her life studying and protecting animals. It's a fun way to practice your drawing skills while discovering how people can help wildlife and make a real difference in the world. Hi, my name's Kathy, and I've been teaching kids how to draw for over 20 years now. My favorite thing to do is to show students that when you take things one step at a time, learning how to draw just might be easier than you think. For this project, you'll just need a sheet of drawing paper, a pencil, a thin black marker, and a few crayons. Be sure to check the description below for a link to a free step-by-step tutorial. Now here's how you can make center pencil guidelines on your paper. They really do help. Place your ruler near the top and make a mark at 4 1/4 inches. Then do the same at the bottom of the paper. Then move your ruler to draw a line to connect those marks. After that, then place your ruler vertically on one side. Oops, give me a moment to get my ruler lined up right. But when you get it on one side, make a mark at 5 1/2 inches, and then do the same on the other side. And when those marks are in place, line them up with the ruler. I like to hold it down with one hand and make a line with the other. This step is just in case you're learning how to work with a ruler and need to see how you can draw straight lines with them. Let's begin by drawing a large U for the bottom of Jane's head. It's going to be set off to the side a bit, so let's plan it first with some marks. And when those are in place, then draw one side with a nice curve and do your best to match that on the other side. To finish Jane's face, we need to draw her hairline. I'm going to make a mark for the top center of it and then draw a curved line going down that's made of just little zigzags. And when one side is done, then I'll do the same on the other side. The zigzags don't have to be even. In fact, it'll look even better if they're a little irregular. Now we can move on to Jane's eyes, which I like to plan with dots, so I know they're evenly spaced. Once the dots are in place, then connect them with the curved line above and one below. Try making the line above on the top of the eye a little longer than the one below it. It's an easy way to make the eye look just a little more mature. To finish those eyes, just draw a round iris shape that's kind of tucked under the eyelid, and the pupil is as well. When one eye is done, then try to match it on the other side. Then move on to the eyebrows. Draw one on one side and the other. The nose is simple. It's a backwards L shape, and the bottom is about halfway down to her chin. The mouth may be drawn like this, starting with a curve and a lip line on top and one below. Okay, now this is meant to be a drawing of Jane in her older years, so let's add some cheek lines, and then maybe just a couple of lines below her eyes, and just a couple on her forehead. It doesn't take too many to give her a more mature look. Now we can add her ears, as she did like to wear her hair pulled back so you do see them. Remember, the tops of ears should always line up with your eyes. To finish Jane's hair, let's make a mark for the top of her head in the center of the paper. Then slowly draw a curved line down one side that ends at an ear, and then do the same on the other side. Once you have that shape finished, Then you can go back and just add some lines, kind of random lines here and there that are kind of curved back towards the center of her head to make it look like her hair is pulled back. Now draw 2 lines below her head for her neck, and then add the curved line, which is the top of her shirt collar. Draw one side and the other, add the side lines of the collar, and then finish that collar with the curved line below. Also, just to be consistent, let's add a few wrinkle lines on her neck too. That space in the bottom right corner now is saved for the chimp. So let's start with the outside shape first. Draw one side. It's just kind of like a large upside down U shape, but there's some zigzags for the fur near the bottom. The face of the chimp is pretty large. It fills up most of that area. To me, it kind of looks like a slice of bread or something, but it is tilted to the right a little bit. After you have the shape done, then let's start the eyes. We can begin with the smaller circles and then add another circle outside of them. Finish the chimp face with a long brow line, 2 short nose lines, a simple line for a smile, and some small ears on the side of the head. We can finish now with a line for Jane's shoulder on the left, and then add a ponytail between her head and the chimp. All right, now unless you'd like to add more details in the background, it's time to trace all of those pencil lines with a thin black marker so we can see them really well. When that black tracing is done, then take a moment to erase any pencil lines that you have, especially if you've drawn those center pencil guidelines. It's time to bring out the crayons, and I'm going to begin with a peachy color for her face and for the chimp face too. One way just to add a soft lip color to a face is to color pink on top of skin color. The rest of the chimp is going to be black. And Jane's hair and eyebrows are gray. Now, I colored her eyes in blue, but I just checked and the internet says they were actually green, so use that color if you can. To add a little more color to my drawing, I'm going to make her top kind of a raspberry violet color. And then the background will be green. All right, here's another look at my finished Jane Goodall and a chimp drawing. I hope you learned that it's really not that hard to make a good likeness of her, and I hope you're learning more about this amazing woman. Hey, if you enjoyed this lesson, then check out my website, Art Projects for Kids, where you'll find even more portrait projects, including one for drawing Rosa Parks and Harriet Tubman. I hope you try them out too, and I hope you keep on drawing.